rich for points. Because I'm very generous. You know, I wouldn't enjoy having a whole lot of money, like being a millionaire and hoarding it. You know, I'd share it with all my loved ones. You know, I'd want them to have it too. We'd all have to go. I'd want to charter a plane and we all fly to Paris.
Opulence. Opulence. You own everything. Everything is yours.
In the ballroom circuit, it is so obvious that if you have captured the great white way of living or looking or dressing or speaking, you is a marvel.
I think if I could just be on TV or film or anything, I'd do that instead of the money. Of course, I do want the money because I want the luxury that goes with it. But I want to be wealthy. If not wealthy, content, comfortable. You know? I want to be somebody. I mean, I am somebody. I just want to be a rich somebody.
You ain't gonna tell me you see her in the supermarket and you gonna say that's a fad.
Women don't go out of their way because they are women. I went out my way because I wasn't, and I felt that I wanted to be the best I can be.
The Virginia Slims girl is here.
This was not a game for me or fun. This is something that I want to live.
She's here in person.
Hopefully, God willing, by 1988, I fully hope to become a full-fledged woman of the United States. You look at all these models on the wall. Every one of them are gorgeous. Every one of them are beautiful. But every one of them have their own look. This is my idol, Paulina. Someday I hope to be up there with her. If that could be me, I think I would be the happiest person in the world, just knowing that I can compare to Paulina, to stand next to her and to take pictures with her. And I look at her hair and I'd say she's seductive and she's alluring. I look at her there and I say she's sexy and provocative. I look at her hair and I think that she's childish and little girl type, you know, and I look at her hair and it's the same, and I look at her hair and I think of wicked beauty, you know. That's how I see her. I admire her, you know, the red hot fire of hair and the whole bit.
you're not really trying hard enough, then I become hard. Do not believe just because I'm a guy that I cannot do it. In order to be a teacher to show girls how to do it, I have to know how to do it. I've taught for various shows, like for FIT, I've taught models, girls that are from various agencies that come to me by word of mouth. New York City women are a little bit harder than most women. Basically, I'm trying to bring that femininity back and bring some grace and poise. You know, whether they become models or not is nice to know because it's more attractive to men. The walk that she's doing is basically to get more movement in your hips naturally. Don't exaggerate it. Most likely she'll get what she wants. You know, especially if she's in a man's world. She can still have her equal rights, but be able to manipulate a man by using her feminine wiles. She can't use it by using masculine.
Are they soft? Looking from head to toe, would you know? Is this realness or not? Let it be motherfucking hot. Miss Octavia, you don't feel this realness? Where are you at, sister? Up.
Candy, La Beja. Realness in the daytime, darling. She goes to school as a woman.
Get into it. Get into both of them and see which one is realer. Feel the flesh or whatever it may be. Is it soft or not?
It's soft.
Come. Score Miss Octavia first. Step forward, accept your score. 10. Score to
Grand prize, Octavia. First place, Tania.
There's people who sit home all day. They have potential. Okay? I mean, they go to the balls and they prove that they have potentials on actually selling a garment. Okay, but they like, being that I have this potential, the ballroom tells me. Okay, the ballroom tells me that I'm somebody. But when the ballroom is over, when you come home, you have to convince yourself that you are somebody. And that's where they get lost.
It was a time when you could spend a great deal of time making outfits and preparing for something. Now they come very quickly, and the moods change very quickly. I come from the old school of big costumes, feathers and beads, and they don't have that anymore. Now it's all about designers, and it's not about what you create, it's about what you can acquire.
What do you think? Isn't that beautiful? $559. How's that for a simple dress?
If you have on a label, it means that you've got wealth when it doesn't really, because any shoplifter can get a label.
You can't come down the runway in something for $14.99 or $49.99 and say, well, I'm lovely, and expect to win.
Okay, to describe, explain mopping. Mopping, you go into a store and just look for whatever you want to see. Look for whatever. Mopping is stealing. General, stealing. However it's done, stealing.
If you're working every day, you're struggling to buy this outfit, when you walk, you're like, this is me. And your facial expressions as well as your means of projection of your outfit It shows if you actually stole it or you purchased it.
You can actually tell?
You can actually tell.
Faggots are stunt in themselves, regardless. Make no mistake. First it comes, okay, when it comes to a stunt, it goes in order. It goes faggots, then girls, then boys. Because boys are the stupidest. They don't know how to do a stunt right. Now, faggots will do a stunt, and I mean, you will never catch up with it until years later. And then, I mean, you'll be like, oh shit, this faggot pulled this stunt on me. We went down there, we had fun, and we acted stupid and came back. But I think the best thing we did was Roy Rogers. That was fun. You would have had something to eat. Because how much did you pay for that sandwich?
I don't remember, maybe $5 or something.
Around $5. Make no mistake, we got your $5 back. I had 2 double cheeseburgers, 2 fries, a Coke, a Sprite, and an orange. Chicken and chips. I was going back and forth. I lived on that line. We got over around $200 in food.
See, they put cheese on the meat.
I hope after this, Roy Rogers does not change how it has its food, because if it does by this interview, I will be so upset. I will be so upset. I'll be swollen. I'll be hurt. I'm telling you, I really will be. Because I mean it. Where else can you go in, get it done your way, and go out without paying?
Carla Extravaganza said, will you please return her black patent leather shoes, size 7? There is a reward. She want her pumps. She said it's not going to work taking her shoes. Give them back.
Daytime, if they go out, they're only going out to try to hustle up a quarter or two to get their things for the ball or go to a little job. A lot of them have little jobs now. They work. Don't think they're lazy. In New York City, you work or you starve. You work or some kind of work, legal or otherwise, but you have to work to sustain yourself.
The legendary Tennille Dupree and the father of the House of Ebony, Max Debussier, presents a night of living hell and punishment at the Imperial Elks Lodge, 160 West 129th Street, which is right here. Doors open at 5 a.m. Grand March is at 7 a.m.
Give me that house. The balls are usually later because of the fact they're waiting for the working girls to get there.
And what is it those girls are doing?
Well, they're making money for the balls, or they're making their costumes, their outfits, or, you know, getting it together like that.
What's their profession?
Usually showgirls. Usually they're, you know, showgirls. You know.
Anything else?
Well, it depends. It depends. I don't know a lot of their professions, but usually they're showgirls, usually.
The thing that helped me make my most money through the escort service is being that I'm so little, I'm so petite, I'm tiny, the blonde hair and the light skin, the green eyes and the little features. The client's hands will be bigger than my hands while they would hold my hand or something. You know, they like feeling that they were something perfect and little and not someone that's bigger than them, because I guess that kind of disturbs them. Most all the drag queens that are involved in the ball, say 90% of them are hustlers. I guess that's how they make their money, to go to the balls and get whatever they need and stuff. I used to hustle in New York to make my money. I was with a guy and he was playing with my titties till he touched me down there. He felt it and he seen it and he like totally flipped out. He said, "You fucking faggot, you're a freak, you're a victim of AIDS and you're trying to give me AIDS. What are you, crazy? You're a homo, I should kill you." You know, stuff like that. And like I was really terrified. So I just jumped out the window. I grabbed my bag and just jumped out the window. But see, now I don't like to hustle anymore. I don't. And I'm afraid of what's going on, the AIDS, and I don't want to catch it. Like later on this evening, I'm supposed to meet someone, a friend of mine, a very good old friend of mine. He's a young, very good, attractive, handsome young man. And he's taking me out to dinner later on this evening, or for cocktails after midnight. I know he'll give me some money just for me to maybe buy a pair of shoes and a nice dress so that the next time he sees me, he'll see me looking more and more beautiful the way he wants to see me. But I don't have to go to bed with them or anything like that. At times they do expect sexual favors, but that is between myself and them, so I do not wish to further speak about that, if they do. But at most times, 99% of the time, they don't. 95% of the time, they don't.
Why is he like this now?
But I feel like
Oh, you should have seen me at High History.
if you're married, a woman in a suburb, a regular woman, is married to her husband, and she wants him to buy her a washer and dryer set. In order for him to buy that, I'm sure she'd have to go to bed with him anyway to give him what he wants, for her to get what she wants. So, in the long run, it all ends up the same way.
If money wasn't so important in the world today to survive, I guess I wouldn't want anything but what I have now. But since money does, I hope that the way I look puts money in my pocket, you know? I'm really working hard. I'm gonna work even harder.
Yeah, there we are. That is lovely. Still? Great. Couldn't be better. There, it's beautiful like that for the light when you kind of, do this to the light.
I want people to look at me as there's the model Octavia. There's the actress Octavia. There's Miss Supermodel of the World Octavia.
Is this endless, this catalog of poses? I could keep going or longer than you could. Each one. Yeah, just there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to end up an old drag queen with nothing going for me but trying to win grand prize at a ball.
Yeah, no, back a little bit like you did. Yes, that. Twisting a little bit more to the light, just coming around that. Yeah, right. Couldn't be better. Yeah,
I don't think the world has been fair to me. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, lovely. Lovely.
I've been a man, and I've been a man who emulated a woman. I've never been a woman. I've never had that service once a month. I've never been pregnant. I can never say how a woman feels. I can only say how a man who acts like a woman or dresses like a woman feels. I never wanted to have a sex change. That's just taking it a little too far, because if you decide later on in life to change your mind, you can't. Once it's gone, it's gone. A lot of kids that I know, they got the sex change because they felt, oh, I've been treated so bad as a drag queen. If I get a pussy, excuse the expression, I'll be treated fabulous. But women get treated bad. They get beat, they get robbed, they get dogged. So having the vagina, that doesn't mean that you're going to have a fabulous life. It might, in fact, be worse. So I've never recommended it, and I myself would have never, ever got it. And I'm so thankful that I was that smart. Because right about now, this next 40 or so years that I'm going to be here, I'm going to live. And for those children that can't take the fact that I still look youthful, suffer. No bags, no lines. Lovely.
America's nice. You can do what you want if you have the money. You can be what you want, certainly. Look at me. In 84, I've had a nose reconstructed job. I've had my cheekbones risen. I've had a chin implant and breast implants.
Yes, tell them like it is.
The most important factor in my life that has been completed recently is that I've had a transsexualism operation. That means I've had a sex change. I'm no longer a man. I am a woman. I feel great. I'm very happy.
and I feel like the part of my life that was a secret is now closed. I can close the closet door. There are no more skeletons in there. And I'm as free as the wind that's blowing out on this beach.
Except that voice is still there. As free as this beach.
I am my own special creation.
Only bought 3 gifts today at the Dior counter. Sample Poison by Dior, ladies. Sample the elegance today. Poison by Dior.
Can I sample it?
Yes. Dior's Poison.
Good.
Delicious, yes?
Folks, please keep moving. We're trying to keep the aisles clear.
Please keep moving.
For search for the supermodel of the year, the 7th search of this type. Mrs. Ford is here with 2 of her top models, and we're interviewing candidates who hope to become the supermodel of the year.
Clients like models who are helpful, who never say the clothes are terrible, even if they are, because after all, not everything is perfect. They have to make the least perfect of clothes look like a Dior. And so that they can't just say, oh, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. You know, they have to make it look good. They have to be very, very cooperative. And they have to be cheerful. Nobody likes to go in and hear your troubles, you know. When people ask you how you feel, don't tell them if you're sick, because they don't really care.
And then you drop it off.
3, 2, 1. But while the faces of the 80s stood online, the feet of the 80s did some waiting. Half an hour and round the block, all the way to 3rd Avenue. One of these young ladies could become the supermodel of the world. Exciting? Try again.
How does this type of thing square with women's lib?
What about men? Do they take you seriously? Or when they hear you're a model, how does their reaction change to you?
What about, like I asked before, does this square with the women's lib movement?
Can I have a few more here? Okay, can I have a few more women? Hi, how you doing? I'm fine. Nice to meet you too. I'm Sherry. Sherry, my name's Janet. Hi, Janet. So you want to be a model? Oh. So you need an application?
Actually, I was in this contest. That's how I started. That's me.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's 5 years
Still look
ago.
great. Thanks a lot.
So we look at 75,000 pictures. I mean, well, you know, so that's the average amount that we look at each contest.
What do girls become? Are they the same? How are they different?
Girls are not different from yesterday or the day before. Everybody who's young has a hope and a dream. And I don't think that it's ever been any different in the history of the world.
I believe that there's a big future out there with a lot of beautiful things, a lot of handsome men, a lot of luxury.
I want a car. I want to be with the man I love. I want a nice home away from New York, up the Peekskills, or maybe in Florida or somewhere far where no one knows me. I want my sex change.
I want to live a normal, happy life, whether it's being married and adopting children, whether it's being famous and rich.
I want to get married in church in white.
Sometimes I sit and I look at a magazine. I try to imagine myself in the front cover or even inside.
I want to be a complete woman, and I want to be a professional model behind cameras in a high fashion world.
I want so much more. I want my name to be a household product. I want everybody to look at me and say, there goes Octavia.
I want this. This is what I want. And I'm gonna go for it.
Opening women's world, Amy Extravaganza. Amy Extravaganza. Women
Previously, I introduced rap music along with dancing to Japanese people, and they really loved it.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is voguing, a form of dance that has its roots in Harlem, a takeoff on runway modeling, which they had plenty of last night as well. Voguing is an attitude, a style. It's
kind of institutionalized showing off, but not without its entertainment value.
Something very spectacular, very important art form, very important.
It's just so theatrical, and the energy, it's just terrific.
In addition to perhaps putting voguing in vogue, this love ball, sponsored by the Design Industries Foundation for AIDS, raised more than $350,000 for research and housing for the homeless who have AIDS. And I had never seen anything quite like it. And I'm Connie Collins, News 4, Manhattan.
2 years ago, I was working in a health food store, still teaching and trying to perform on my own. Well, now, my foot is like in every little doorstep that you can think of. I'm doing a lot of runway work, dancing, performing for Malcolm McLaren, various other people, doing choreography, helping people put their shows together. So it's going very good. This earring that I have here is, I bought this in Japan. As you can see, it says House Couture. I can't read the rest of it. It has a scissor. And it has Junior Gaultier 89 on there. Of course, it's a Gaultier label emblem. I bought it, mind you. I have the receipt still. Where, I don't know, but I bought it. The balls have kind of gotten toned down compared to what it used to be. Now when I tell people what it is and they go and it's not what they expect, you know, it's like they feel like a little bit of a letdown. You know, they say, well, it was long, it was dragged out, it was boring. Okay, the balls are always long and dragged out, but they were never boring. I really do kind of miss the street element. I mean, but everything changes and everything's been changing drastically. You know, New York's not even the same anymore.
I always used to tell her, Venus, you take too many chances, you're too wild with people in the streets, something is gonna happen to you, but that was Venus. She always took a chance, she always went into a stranger's cars, she always did what she wanted to get what she wanted. I had a booking for a Christmas show at Sally's, and the DTs came to me with a picture of her murdered, and they were about to cremate her because nobody had came to verify the body, and I was the one that had to give all this information down to her family. Actually, they found her dead after 4 days, strangled under a bed in a sleazy hotel in New York City.
I'm hungry.
We used to get dressed together, call each other, and say what we were gonna wear. And, you know, she was like my right hand. As far as I'm concerned, I miss her. Every time I go anywhere, I miss her. That was the main daughter of my house, in other words. But that's part of life as far as being a transsexual in New York City and surviving.
I always had hopes of being a big star. And then I look, as you get older, you aim a little lower. And you say, well, yeah, you still might make an impression. Everybody wants to leave something behind them, some impression, some mark upon the world. And then you think, you left a mark on the world if you just get through it. And a few people remember your name. Then you left a mark. You don't have to bend the whole world. I think it's better to just enjoy it. Pay your dues and enjoy it. If you shoot an arrow and it goes real high, hooray for you.